Okay, good evening. Today we want to discuss BODMAS. So what is BODMAS? So BODMAS is the abbreviation of the science in numerals that we need to understand. Which follows that is a particular that is the rule, that is order in which the science have to be evaluated as we move in the expression. So what is does that we have different signs in mathematics. So we have this the bracket, then we have off, then we have division, this, then we have multiplication, then we have addition, subtraction. So these are the signs, and then whenever we find these in an expression, so it means we need to resolve the bracket first. Whenever we have a bracket in an expression, we resolve that, after which we now go to off, and when we're done with off, we now go to division. So when we are done with division, we go to multiplication. When we are done with multiplication, we go to addition, and when we are done with addition, we go to subtraction. So this is the full meaning of BODMAS: brackets, off, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So this is BODMAS. So let us see examples of expressions that we need to resolve with the application of BODMAS. Okay, so at this point, this is an example of an expression that we want to resolve using BODMAS. Now, looking at this expression, we see that there are signs here. We have the addition here, we have division here, we have off, and we have the brackets. So, according to the rule of BODMAS, we need to resolve this following this order. So, we have to go from bracket up to subtraction. So, at this point, the first we need to resolve is the brackets. And this bracket, what does it contain? It contains 3 plus 1.5. That is 1 over 1 over 2. Now we'll need to resolve this first. Whatever is inside the bracket, we treat the bracket as another entity on its own, and we resolve everything inside the bracket into a single number, which could be a fraction or an whole number. Then when we are done, now use whatever answer we get to multiply whatever is here. That is, the bracket is multiplying this number here. This 1 over 1 over 2 is multiplying this bracket, although there is no bracket. But when a number is attached to a bracket like this, what that means is that that number is multiplying the brackets. So which means for us to break this bracket open, then this number is what will multiply whatever expression that we got inside here. So once it multiplies it, then that bracket will open. But before we do that, we need to first of all reduce this one to a single fraction or a single number. So the first thing is, let's just take all the things inside mixed fraction. Does not converting the mixed fraction to improper fraction does not affect anything. So we can just first of all convert all the mixed fraction to improper fraction. And whenever we are writing or doing mathematics, even if we have not touched the other parts, we still need to write them down. That is, we write this one down: minus 2 plus 1 all over 2 divided by 5 all over 3 of 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3 all over. We will not touch anything here until we are done with the brackets. So this is going to be 3 plus 3 all over 2. So when we see this now, we want to add this and this together. Like I told us earlier when we were dealing with addition of fraction, if we want to add something, a whole number and a fraction, to add them together, a shortcut way to go about it is to use these 2 to multiply this 3, then the result will be added to this 3. So that is 2 times 3, that is 6 plus 3, 9 all over 2. It's going to be the final answer here. It's just the same as saying find the LCM, which is 2. So this is now going to be minus 2 plus 1 all over 2 divided by 5 all over 3 of 3 all over 2. That's going to be 9 all over 2. So what we did here is 2 times 3, that's 6. 6 plus 3, that's 9 all over 2. So to now break open this bracket, we need to use this number which is attached to the bracket without any sign between them. We use this to now multiply the bracket. So numerator will multiply numerator, denominator will multiply denominator, since there is nothing that can cut. But if anything can cut them, but at this point nothing can cut. We just need to multiply them out. So so that is what will now break open the bracket. So that will be minus 2 plus 1 all over 2 divided by 5 all over 3 of, so 3 times 9 will now be 27. Then 2 times 2, that will be 4. So this is going to be 27 over 4. At this point, you can see that we are done with the bracket. So the bracket is gone. So the next in the list after bracket is off, and that's the one we are going to deal with after we are done with the bracket. So
off it means times. It's the same thing as times.
Yeah, so off is just like multiplication. So whenever we see off in an expression, it shows that this number is multiplying this. So and when they multiply, but you know, in this position that is off, there is also multiplication. If we find off in an expression and multiplication in an expression, we do off first before we do multiplication. So here we're now going to use the 3 here to cut the 27 here. Is going to be 9, right? So within this expression, within these two, between this and this, so it's now going to be minus 2 plus 1 all over 2 divided by 5 of 9. That is means 5 times 9, which is 45. Then 1 times 4, that's going to be 4. So now that we have resolved the off, so the next thing we want to do is to go to division. Division is the next number. So the division is the next number that we want to deal with. So at this point, what do we do to division? We convert division to multiplication. Convert division to multiplication. So this is going to be minus 2 plus 1 all over 2 times 4 all over 45. So since we have converted division to multiplication, we can now cut the numerator and the denominator. 2 here 1, 2 here 2. So this is now going to be minus 2 plus 1 times 2, that will be 2 all over 45. So 2 all over 45. So that is what we have now. So at this point, we will now add this. This is addition now, which is the last thing we are going to be dealing with. So 45 times 2, you know, this is a whole number and this is a fraction. We want to add them together. So we can use this to multiply this one and add the result to 2. So that will be minus, that is 45 times 2. That's going to be minus 90. And minus 90 plus 2 is going to be minus 88. So the answer is going to be minus 88 all over 45. So this is the final answer. We see that this is what? It's an improper fraction. So what do we do? 45 in 88 is 1, right? So remainder what? What is remaining? So it's going to be 43, right? All over 45. So this is the final answer. Okay, looking at this example, what we see here, we want to apply the BODMAS to this. So the first one we are going to deal with is the brackets, and inside the bracket is this expression. So what we do first is we resolve what is inside the brackets. Divided by 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 7. So this is going to be 7 all over 2, right? Plus 3 all over 2. So now open this bracket. There is an invisible one here. So since there is no number attached to this bracket, so it is recognized as 1, and it is that one that will open the brackets. So in our next line is going to be minus 1 of 3 divided by 7 all over 2 plus 3 all over 2. So the next one after this is off. Since we have broken the bracket, the next two we want to deal with is off, following the BODMAS rule. So it's going to be minus 1 of 3. So that's going to be minus 3. And when we are done with that, the next thing we do is what? Division. And division here is to be converted to multiplication. So anytime we find division in our expression, convert it to multiplication. So that's what we do first. So we change it to times, and by changing that, we invert the expression on the right hand side. Plus 3 all over 2. So at this point now, we now multiply out. Minus 3 times 2 is going to be minus 6 all over 7 plus 3 all over 2. So we are now left with addition. So what is the LCM here? No, we are told already, when there is no common factor between the two numbers, the multiplication of the two numbers is the LCM. So 7 times 2, 14 is the LCM. And when you say 7 in 14, it's going to give you this. And this one times 6 minus 6, 3. So that's going to be 12. Then 7 times 3 is going to be 21, right? So that's the best way to go about it. So minus 12 plus 21, that's going to be what? So that was going to be 9, right? So that's going to be 9. Are we correct? All over 14. 9 all over 14. So that is minus 12 plus 21. So that's going to be that's gonna be +9. So this is gonna be the final answer of this expression. Is that okay?
Goodbye. Like and
subscribe to our YouTube channel
and ring the bell.
Yeah, and click the bell notification so that when we drop new videos, you'll be notified. Thank you.
Thank you.